Understand one thing. Action needs to accompany manifestation. If it does not, then it means nothing. It literally means nothing. People talk about manifesting a lot. Oh, this is the manifestation technique that's needed, or they get into these crystals, or a lot of these spiritual deviations, right? But really, what really matters, to be honest, is the action behind it, right? Doing all that is cool, but there needs to be action behind it. If there's no action behind it, then it's just it's just whatever, right? It stimulates your mind mentally, but I mean, that's cool. The reality hasn't changed, and for reality to change, it takes time for reality to change. It takes time to change your reality. You need to focus day in and day out to change your reality. You can't take days off if you want to change your reality, and that's just the reality. So, one of these ways is, of course, in terms of the manifestation lane, of course, by visualizing your ideal life in 5 minutes, even the specificities, being specific about it, right? You can visualize your life and be like, okay, I'm going to spend 5 minutes now visualizing my life and what I want and what I see, right? That is helpful. That is helpful. But then again, after you do that, now, as soon as you're done with that, now the action begins. Now the action needs to be taken. You cannot do that and not take the action in order to obtain this reality that you visualized in your mind. Right? In order to obtain this, to get this reality that you visualized, you need to take action towards it daily. Right? So in these 5 minutes when you're visualizing, you need to be specific. Where will you live, right? Which area will you live? Which street will you live? Um, will you live in Klerksdorp? Will you live in Forest Hill Drive? Like which suburb, which township, which urban area will you live in, right? You need to be clear about it. You need to see it. You need to know it. You need to be like, okay, that is where I will be staying at, right? What type of partner you desire, right? Remember, the person you marry, or the person you cohabitate with, or the person that you spend the most time with is so integral. The person that you spend the most time with will influence your life times three, times five actually. The person you spend the most time with will influence your life times five. Right? So you really need to be aware of who is the one person that I'm spending most time with. If that is your girlfriend, how does your girlfriend react to certain situations? How does your girlfriend react when you wake up at 5 a.m. to go work out, or when you wake up at 5 a.m. to start work at 6 a.m., right? How are the reactions, right? Are they holding back? Do they dislike your goals? Right? What is their opinion on the goals that you have, on what you see, right? And then you need to align. Okay, what do you want from this ideal partner, right? Spiritual guides, right? Who is your spiritual guide? If you have a spiritual guide, right? These are things you need to know, right? Because spirituality is something that, let's say you lived in a $10 million mansion, or a if you lived in a $10 million mansion, or you've recently got divorced and you lost 70% of your wealth, or like you lost 90% of your wealth, right? Like if you've lost something that you've spent a whole lifetime working towards, right? And you lose it unfairly, right? Having that spiritual guide, having that spiritual guide after that will help you mentally, it will help you emotionally to recover from that. Because you will understand you will not rely on yourself, you will not rely on yourself emotionally, you will not rely on yourself mentally, you will rely on your Lord and Savior, right? You rely on your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because He will guide you, He will show you, He will say, "Come to me, all those who are weary. Put your rest in me," right? So in situations like that, you need to have a spiritual guide. You need to have a Jesus Christ in your life, right? What city you live in, that's important. Are you gonna live in Madrid? Are you gonna live in Milan? Are you gonna live in Paris? Are you gonna live in Chicago? Are you gonna live in Los Angeles, right? What city are you gonna live in? Are you gonna live in Johannesburg? Are you gonna live in Cape Town? Right? That needs to be in your mind, bro. Like, oh, okay, what city am I gonna live in when I go through this, when I do this, right? What house are you gonna get? What car are you gonna get? And these are the things that need to be taken into consideration, right? And need to be taken into account when you visualize, when you see your life and you see yourself, right? Daily log needs to be done. A daily log is basically a list of goals for the day, right? But it doesn't start like that. Like if you want to do a daily log, you get a book, you get maybe an A4 book. You write the year 2025, and listen, it doesn't matter if you got it in the second term or the third term of the year. It doesn't matter if you got it this month or next month, right? You write 2025, you write the month, you write the next month, and then you write the month until December 2026, because you will be planning it out. And so there's a section for where you plan out the months, but when you plan out the months, you plan out the month that just began, right? So you leave out, when you write it, you leave out space, and then you write the month that you will be in, right? So 1st of July, you write everything for July down in that month. Then you move from that section and you go to this section of the daily log, where you will write daily. You will write your daily goals. You will write your daily goals like a bullet point, right? It will be like a bullet point, and then underwards would be like a summary of your day and how you felt about your day, how your interactions were, you know. So that is how a daily log is done. The daily log has really helped me a lot in 2021 when I was doing that. When I was in that ministry, LXP, it's helped me a lot because I knew what needed to be done. Like I knew, okay, I would check, okay, have I done this, have I done this, have I done that? And if you haven't done a specific goal, right, you can move it to the next day. So, and say, okay, I'll move this goal to the next day. Like it keeps you focused, keeps it clear. There's clear intention. It helps with intentionality. It brings intentionality to your day, right? When you do that daily log, it brings heavy intentionality to your day. It helps you remain focused to be like, okay, I need to get these things done by this time, right? So that I have space at this time for this, right? And so when you do a daily log every single day, and you complete those goals every single day, now you have another habit in your logger that you can add, that focuses in on what you need to get done every single day. And by doing that, you are most likely to get it done, right? There's a study, I forgot the source. The source is what's escaping me of this study, but the study says that 60% or 70%, right, of people that write down their goals are most likely to complete them. Yeah, I think 60%. 60% of people that write down their goals are most likely to complete them. So the daily log the daily log forces you to do it every day, basically. Alright, so it's a very, very helpful tool that you can use. Focusing on these actions daily and consistently will improve your life, and the discipline that comes with it will make you a better person. Just focusing on these two things that I gave you, right, it will improve your life drastically. So yeah,